All right, welcome back to the Crypto ZX channel, to the XRP community. Today is a very interesting topic that I want to discuss with you guys. I'm sure if you guys are in the XRP community, you guys hear about Tether all the time, and especially now that RLUSD is weeks away, according to Brad Garlinghouse himself. I really want to give you guys a closer look and see how big of a deal this really is. Shout out to Smoke for providing this information. But before we get into it, let's take a look at what's happening with the broader market. As far as the broader market is concerned, you're seeing altcoins actually feeling the love. A continuation of the green going into Sunday morning. But in terms of getting excited, as I've said in my other update, I think it's not a time to be getting excited just yet, because of course Bitcoin is not at the level where you want Bitcoin to be sitting at. Hence, it's not a time to be getting excited. But dominance has gone down quite significantly. And to all the haters that, always spoke about, dominance is not important, I really want to hear your argument on that. But anyhow, let's shift our focus to the specific topic today, which is Tether. So before I do that though, as always, just a quick disclaimer: anything on this channel is not financial advice. Always do your own due diligence and research when you are investing in cryptocurrency. So shout out to Smoke again. Go follow Smoke on Twitter. A huge crypto enthusiast, especially XRP. Great information. So European Central Bank. Tether is a financial stability risk for the entire crypto system. And if you've been following the channel before, let's go back a few years. And shout out to my OGs. I've been speaking about this. People don't understand how big of a deal this really is. If if Tether goes poof, this will have a long lasting impact on the broader market. And I'm going to share from a closer standpoint why this is such a big deal. So the European Central Bank, ECB, has highlighted the risk that unbacked crypto assets such as Tether pose to financial stability, emphasizing the potential dangers if current trend continues. The ECB is particularly concerned about stablecoins, specifically Tether, which are deeply integrated into the broader crypto asset ecosystem. If Tether were to fail, it could lead to a significant reduction in trading liquidity, causing disruption in trading and price discovery within the crypto markets. This is a disruption would have the destabilizing effects on the broader financial system. And I totally agree. As we know, the crypto landscape is changing. It's changing for the better. Times we used to dream about, of course, are coming to reality. But at the same time, what you need to understand is you don't want to give your coins away at a cheaper discount to these massive whales. But with that said, this Tether conversation still needs to be focused on, and I will explain as to why, of course. The significance of ECB, a major authority in global finance raising concerns, cannot be understated. As an institution responsible for maintaining financial stability across Europe, the ECB's warning signals to regulators, financial institutions, and investors that these risks are serious and could lead to increased scrutiny or regulatory actions. The ECB's intervention underscores that the potential fallout for the Tether's failure is not just a niche issue within the crypto space, but a critical concern with far-reaching implications for the entire financial ecosystem. Document evidence every time. And shout out to obviously Smoke for providing high in-depth information with, of course, a perfect source. And we don't even need this coming out from the European Central Bank to really have this discussion. When you really understand how big of a deal this really is, let's shift our focus towards none other than the entire market. Tether is currently ranked at the top third spot in the cryptocurrency market ranks with $118 billion tied in Tether. And this also tells you, if you are an XRP holder, if you're a Solana holder, if you're a broader market, pretty much altcoin holder, this should tell you something bigger than you can even imagine. So much money is still tied within Tether. Usually when an altcoin season starts, shout out to my OGs, you tend to see Tether going down. Because why does it go down in ranking? Because money starts shifting from Tether into coins. And remember these whales. I've shared this specific, strategy about the whales with you guys before. How whales tend to think is, you might think, oh, these whales are looking for the next 100x, the next 200x. Absolutely not. These guys are already multi-billionaires, if not, multi-billionaires, if not multi-millionaires. And all they need is maybe like a 5-6x to make some nice gains in crypto, and boom, they're gone for the next cycle. And when you start seeing this money flowing into altcoins, I predict this will happen. I predict this will happen when the dominance index starts falling sharply lower. Obviously, you guys can see, oh, it's falling sharply lower. That's not what I mean. I mean, dominance start retesting, obviously 48%, below that. And when this happens, and if obviously Bitcoin doesn't just crash, I'm not considering that factor. Obviously Bitcoin hits a new all-time high, dominance falls down, I expect that Tether will start having the money flow into these altcoins, and this is where the altcoin season that a lot of people are waiting for will start happening. But that's not the point. The point is, look at the rank. $118 billion tied to it, and imagine if Tether were to just go boom, zero. And we hear some news coming out that Tether is actually not backed by anything. Imagine what kind of a lasting impact this could have on crypto space, especially from new investors coming into the space. Of course, people are going to come out and say, well, ETFs are here, this is here, that is here. That doesn't matter. ETF, you could do so much, there's not much you could do in the grand scheme of things. But basically what I'm trying to say is ETFs could be there. Main factor of ETF is it's easier for investors to gain access to crypto, right? You don't need to worry about self-custody or worrying about private keys. That's not what you need to worry about. It's super easy to get exposure in Bitcoin with ETF, or so you don't have to do all the other process, because again, not a lot of people know how to do that stuff. Hence, you are seeing ETFs coming. Pretty much that is the beauty of ETF. It makes it super easy for regular people to just buy crypto. Pretty much have exposure in Bitcoin and Ethereum, because pretty much those are the only ETFs as of now. But if this happens, as far as investor confidence go, this could actually put the crypto market actually back a few years. And as of now, the warning signs are still there. And I've been talking about this from the get-go. If you pretty much go back on the videos, and of course, if you've been in this market for quite some time, or if you've been following the channel over the course of the last few years, you guys know the Tether conversation never really ended. And as of now, it's still there. And according to Smoke, he posted this. According to the IMF, only 6% of Tether is backed by cash. Tether is exposed to significant risk, which raises consumers' user protection concerns. Also, U.S. authorities have limited influence over the USDT, despite being pegged to the dollar. Very interesting things. And of course, now that we're getting closer, people are going to be like, oh, well, what does this have to do with RLUSD? RLUSD is going to be officially backed, with currencies, right? If you have a dollar, that means there's a dollar somewhere out there. And what that means is investor confidence. Regulation is obviously going to be a huge question, which of course I'm sure they're working on. Let's think about it from this standpoint. They're going through a massive lawsuit already, right? These guys are going through a massive lawsuit already. Do you really think that these guys are just going to come out and, introduce RLUSD, a stable coin, without kind of getting some sort of a regulatory clarity? I don't think so. Again, if that is what they do without getting a regulatory clarity, that is not a smart move by any means in my books. And again, I'm sure they're smarter than that, but again, obviously time is going to tell. Do let me know down below what you guys think, but this really shows you how big this Tether conversation really is. And I don't understand why people are not focusing on it. People are completely focusing on institutions coming in, this and that. But what if we hear announcements tomorrow that Tether is pretty much not even tied to what how much is the market valuation? 118 billion, and that there's not 118 billion US dollars in the backing of Tether. What happens in that case? What kind of impact can this have? What kind of impact can this have on the broader market? A long lasting one. And that is always, we hear about risk factors, this, risk that. This is a perfect example of risk. You know, there is risk in crypto space here, risk in stock market, there's risk in everything, and this is a risk factor. And if you cannot if you're not able to handle that risk, then obviously this is where your due diligence and research portion comes into play. But let me know your personal thoughts down below regarding this. As far as dominance is concerned, obviously it's continuing to fall down. Again, not a surprise, we did retest a very, very key resistance at a 57.7%. If I were to zoom out, you could see 57.7% is resistance, and 3 different times we have a retest, and right now we are seeing the dominance falling quite sharply. As far as Bitcoin is concerned, as we are going into Sunday morning, seeing a little bit of a relief within its price, but nothing too crazy right now to get excited about. XRP pretty much ranging at this level, obviously, as it's trying to break out key resistance, but pretty much for as far as the price is concerned, guys, we need to wait for these levels, which is the 78.6. But let me know down below what you guys think. Do you think, RLUSD can actually take over Tether? Let me know your thoughts down below regarding this. Love each and every one of you guys. We'll see you tomorrow. It's been Crypto ZX, and peace out.